You came back. You're still speaking to me. You guys are awesome. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today I'm going to teach you the most powerful close to your class. This is the fast track version, so I won't give you as much commentary, but that can be a good thing. So if you want to learn what to do to have more people enrolling at your class, then keep watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm Teresa, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the close for a class. In the next video, I'll be teaching how to change it up for a one-on-one. This close will give you over a 90% close rate the night of the class. I get texts all the time where people are excited to let me know they had 100% close at their class by using this close. If your close rate is consistently above 90%, then you keep doing whatever it is you're doing because it is working. But if your close rate is lower than that, do exactly what I teach you here and you will kill it. I am not exaggerating. This is tested and tried over years and years of trial and error, and over thousands of wellness advocates. I get so excited to teach this because I know how much it will help you. Do not feel like you have to learn it perfectly before you can use it. Add to it one piece at a time as you learn it better, and then perfect it. I am telling you, this will have more people enrolling with you the night of the class. Your initial orders will be bigger, and not because you're trying to sell them more, because you're giving them everything they need so they can make an educated decision for themselves. You are going to have more people setting up LRP orders than you have ever seen before, and it's going to help you find business builders. When I teach this class, I usually combine it with how to present the basic class and how to close it, because there are pieces that go together. In my fast track training, I've broken them down into separate videos because I want to see if that's helpful for you. This way you can focus on the part of the class you feel like you need to work on. Start doing this right away, but plan that you are going to need some time to get better at it. And I've got your back. I've got it all written up in a script for you so you can use it to practice. Yeah, you seriously owe me because this was a ton of work. I did it because I am so grateful for you guys. I love you guys. I'm thankful for everything you do day after day, month after month. So thank you. Bonus tip. The worst thing you can do is to wait until you think you have this perfect and then go help people with the oils. Do you want to know what the most successful people do? They just start. They start helping people before they know anything, and then they learn as they go. Another bonus tip, you are going to be tempted not to include some of this information because you'll be nervous. It's outside your comfort zone, like maybe talking about the business. But my daughter Teresa said something very powerful and actually really wise. She said, every time you're in that moment when it's so hard and it's outside of your comfort zone, that's when the growth happens. That's when things start to change for you. And I know that is true. So remember, in those moments when you feel like backing down, that's the time you need to be moving forward anyway. That is when you will start to see changes in your business. Bonus tip, my wording works, but that doesn't mean you have to use the exact words I use. You can write it up in a way that fits the way you would talk, but if you find that something doesn't flow right or that your close rate isn't as good as I'm talking about here, then come back to the script, just add the pieces you need to as you go, take it a step at a time, and you'll totally figure it out. The close is simply a way to help them buy what they want without any pressure, and to help them get it for the cheapest possible price. There are 5 steps to the close, 5 things you are going to go over with them as you finish up the class. Step 1, they can host a class and earn free gifts. You'll talk about that. Step 2, how to buy the oils. Step 3, the loyalty rewards program. Step 4, doTERRA as a business. And don't worry, I'll show you how to do it so it isn't awkward and it doesn't feel like you're trying to sneak the business in. Step 5, explain the last 2 handouts and help them buy, which will include what I call the recipe. The whole close should take about 7 to 10 minutes, no more. It goes really quickly and they appreciate that. As soon as you're done with the close, you're going to let them know you'll be going around the room to help them. This is what I call the recipe section. I'll teach you more about the recipe section in a later video. In this video, I'll give you an outline of the basics of how to do that part. Now I'll go through with you exactly what the whole close will look like, and realize that when you get to the close section at the end of the class, you already know a lot about the people you're working with because you've been finding out information all throughout the whole class. Remember, all the attendees have the 5 handouts that you gave them at the beginning of the class, and they've been referring to them the whole time, so they're comfortable with the information on them too. If you're feeling lost because you didn't see my video that teaches you how to teach an oils class, then go back to the videos in my Fast Track Step 1, where you'll learn how to teach a group class or a one-on-one. At the end of talking about the oils, you'll go right into the close, and I'll show you what that looks like. Step 1 of the close. You'll tell them, we are always teaching classes everywhere we go, and people really love learning about the oils. So if any of you here would like to do a class with us, we totally come teach the whole thing. We bring everything you need. You just get a group of people together who you think would have fun learning about the oils. And when you host a class for us like that, we have different ways you can earn free stuff. And if you're enrolled with one of the kits, and then you have a class for us with 8 people who are not already in doTERRA, and of course they have to be 18 or over, then you get a free blank. Here, you're going to insert whatever you're willing to give. If you don't want to offer anything free, you can say you get a percentage of everything everyone buys at the class, and you can use that toward more oils that you want, or you can just receive it as a paycheck. It's pretty cool. Some people like to do a class like this one, or with a certain theme like weight loss or skincare. We can do facials. Some people want to do a DIY party where we make something with the oils that they get to take home. We do lots of cool stuff, so let me know and we'll set it up with you. Side note for you guys watching this, if you offer an incentive for them to get their class on the schedule night, like if you get it on the schedule tonight, you get a lot better response. Bonus tip, when you offer a free gift for someone to host a class for you, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything that costs money, but think of things that are of value that might be free to you. If you're an esthetician, you could offer a free manicure. If you do massage, you could offer a free massage. You get the idea. Be creative. It certainly doesn't hurt to offer something that does cost money. So here are a few ideas of gifts you could offer the hostess. You could offer a free essential oil, a free 100 points worth of oils, an essential oils book, a free diffuser, and there are diffusers that are much less expensive at oillife.com to use for something like this. Whatever you want, whatever is worth it to you to grow your business. You may have an upline who can afford to invest in this for you, or you may not. A lot of people don't, and remember, you know what I'm gonna say, this is your business. You don't need anyone else to be successful. If you do get help from anyone, be so grateful that you received that. Step 2 of the close is telling them how they can buy. It's really simple. You say, for those of you who have essential oils you're wanting to try, it's really similar to Costco. There's a $35 enrollment fee, and after that you get everything at wholesale price. And in order to keep your wholesale pricing, all you have to do is buy one item every year. Step 3 of the close is the loyalty rewards program. Make sure you emphasize certain words and pause often enough that you don't start losing people, and have them follow along on their handout. One of their handouts should have the LRP chart on it. That's one of the many reasons I like to use the Products Made Simple handout for the class summary. You don't want them to feel confused, so make sure you give them time to find on their paper whatever you are pointing at on yours. There is a reason I explain it exactly like this. I'll go into those details in the comprehensive how to close a class training, but not here. So you'll say, I'm going to show you guys something that you are going to want to know about because it's going to save you a ton of money. It's called the Loyalty Rewards Program. It's kind of like a frequent flyer program. With doTERRA, it's between 50 and 100 points a month. If you do 100 points, that's about $100 depending on what you're going to buy. And you can start it and stop it anytime you want. And see these little purple boxes on your paper? Follow along here and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Now, side note for you guys, I'm referring to the little chart for LRP that you can get off of doTERRA.com. I want you to look at this first box on your left. See how it says months 1 to 3? That means that for every 100 points you buy, you are going to get 10% back in free product credits. And you can redeem them for free oils or products anytime you want. Now remember, you're already getting 25% off of retail. This is an additional 10%. The next 3 months, it goes up to 15%, then 20%, Every 3 months, it keeps going up, and then 25. And after your first year, it goes up to 30% back in free product credits. That means for every 100 points you buy, you are going to get an additional 30 points added to your account for free. And remember, you're already getting the 25% off retail. So this is an additional 30%. That's huge. So people like to set up their account this way because that's how you save the most. Step number 4, you're going to talk about the business. Scary, I know. This is the business, and they didn't come here to hear about the business. People get so nervous about this because they don't want people to feel pressured. But if you don't talk about the business, then how do they know there is an opportunity? Before I started including this, I had people come back to me months and years sometimes after they had enrolled way back at the beginning of doTERRA. And they were upset with me because they didn't know there was a business opportunity, and people they had helped with the oils enrolled and went under someone else in doTERRA because they didn't understand how it worked. People don't know yet if they want to know. So you've got to give them just enough so that they're aware. It's very important that you talk about it, but let's do it in a way that's not pressure, that doesn't make them feel uncomfortable and doesn't make them feel like you are being pushy. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to love this. And I've had people who are so against talking about the business at a class, and when they see this, they say, oh, okay, that I can do. That I'm comfortable with. So first, you're going to tell them that you're going to talk about the business. We're not going to be sneaky. Then you're going to tell them how long you're going to talk about the business. Then you're going to tell them about the business. This is what I say. I want to talk to you for a minute about the business. I take just 2 minutes on this, and I really do just take 2 minutes. I know this isn't a business class, but there are 2 reasons I like to share this with you. First of all, because there are a few of you who are interested in the business here. And secondly, because in my experience, what I have found is that as you learn how to use the essential oils, you will share them with other people. When you've had awful pressure in your head that just wouldn't go away and the oils help you, what do you think you're going to do when your friend or your sister or your grandma comes to you with the same issue? You're going to say, oh my goodness, you have to try these. So it's helpful for you to understand a little bit about how this works. Okay, side note for you guys. What you are going to do right now is explain the power of 3. Don't introduce it to them. Just start into it like I'll show you right now, but make sure you're having them follow along on their paper as you go. And every time you say a color, you're pointing at it on your paper so they can follow along on theirs, and give them time to find it on their paper. This is very important. It's the same paper you just used to show them how the LRP works. You'll see what I'm talking about as you hear me explain. So here we go. This is me talking to the class. I want you to pull up your paper that looks like this. See this little green guy right here? Let's say this is you. And if you're doing that 100 points a month that we talked about, once you have shared the oils with 3 people who want to do that 100 points a month, now you're going to get a $50 bonus every month that is happening. Once each of these 3 dark blue guys have shared the oils with 3 people each who want to do that 100 points a month, now you're going to be at a $250 bonus, which is awesome because now you're more than covering what you're buying every month. You're getting it for free. Now, once each of these 9 yellow guys have shared the oils with 3 people each who want to do that 100 points a month, now you're getting a $1,500 bonus every month. And that's a significant increase for most families. So I like you to know about this because as you share the oils, even if you don't want to build the business, we make sure they are put on, well, what we call your team, so that you're the one who gets the benefit from sharing it with them. So you see why I like you to know about that. And did I do that in 2 minutes or less? Sometimes I'll joke around with them like that. Bonus tip, you do not want to go into more detail right now about the power of 3. Of course, there's more to it than we just explained. But if you try to explain more right now, like, oh, you have to have 600 points for the first 2 levels, you will create confusion and you will ruin your close. Don't worry, we're not trying to hide anything from them. You'll be able to talk to them individually as they show an interest, but just as you didn't tell them everything you know about the oils because it would have been too much, the same thing applies here. It would be too much. If they need more information, you'll be able to fill them in as you work with them individually. And hello, if they want to talk to you about the power of 3 because they're trying to understand it, that is awesome. That's a potential builder, and you want to be working with them on a one-on-one anyway. So you can figure out what they're thinking, how you can help them go whatever direction they want to go. For step number 5, this is what I'll say. Now I'm going to show you the last 2 handouts you have in your hand. There's one that looks like this. This is just pictures of the different kits so you can see what they look like. It's always more fun to see what's included, so I like you to have that. And the last one looks like this. And I hold it up so that they can find it in their packet. This is the enrollment form. So for those of you who have essential oils you're wanting to try, what you'll want to do is to start filling out this form. And you see this line in the middle of the page right here, and I'll point to it. You'll want to fill out everything below that line. Just make sure you fill in all the sections that are highlighted, and then that will make sure you don't miss anything. And this stuff at the top, that's just which kit you want or what oils you want, and we'll help you with that to make sure you get the cheapest price. On this form, it's almost the exact same information you'd fill out if you were going to buy something online. Bonus tip, do not say, thank you so much for coming. If you have oils you want, we can totally help you. People don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to do next. They want to know what to do. And if you leave it ambiguous like that, you may end up helping them order later, but many of them won't order that night, and it will take a lot more follow-up from you. So you've just created more work for yourself. Of course, you'll have some who will need some follow-up, but if you let them know exactly what to do in the moment, they'll start doing it because they already want the oils. Remember how we talked about how one of the reasons people don't buy is because it's not easy enough? This is where you're making it really easy for them. And this is why I don't always love having them enroll on the computer unless they really want to. Because now we have to figure out where we put our computer down. Now we have to get the computer out of sleep mode. Now we're waiting for you to put your password in. Now we have to go to doterra.com and wait for the site to load. Now we have to click on enroll to get to the page where they can fill in their information. Obviously, it's not necessarily a bad thing to enter it in on the computer. But in a class setting, doing it on the computer can be slower than having them fill out the paper because I've got to be helping lots of people, even if you have a lot of leaders there helping you. And if it gets slow, if that happens and people are waiting and it gets a little frustrating, it can take away some of that magic that you just created. So just be aware of that. It'd be better to have everyone having something to do on their paper rather than waiting around for their turn. Because then people start going, oh, I gotta go, I'll do it later. After step 5, right away, you finish up. Here are some things you can say after you've talked about the enrollment form. Okay, now Tracy and Tyler and I are gonna go around and help answer your questions. If there are any essential oils you're wanting to know more about, or which oils are good to use for which health challenges, we'll totally help you with that. You guys, this is the funnest part. And funnest isn't even a word. And the reason it's so fun is because here you get to just help them. You get to talk to them and enjoy them. And we know what the oils can do, so just enjoy this part. As you go around to help people, there are a couple of different things you can say to start the conversation, whatever feels comfortable. Now, keep in mind, they should trust you now. You've been working with them, you've joked through the class, you've treated them with respect, so you'll usually feel pretty comfortable going over to Sarah and saying, okay, Sarah, so what are we working on? If you don't feel comfortable enough to say that, that's okay. Then you could say, so what are the oils or health concerns that you're wanting to know more about? Sit down beside her, make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen. It can be a scratch paper. It does not have to be all special and fancy. Bonus tip. If the person talks about sharing it, this is a great opportunity to let them know you're looking for a couple of business partners. Just say, I'm looking for a couple of business partners right now, so I'd love to get together and talk about some possible options. Now I'm going to teach you just some of the basics of what I call the recipe. This is probably one of the most powerful pieces of the end of the class. This is where you are going to really help them figure out what oils they need and what's the best way for them to get them for their situation. I call it the recipe because you are going to create a recipe of oils for each of their health challenges that they say are priorities or that they're worried about. As Sarah mentions, each health challenge, I'm going to write them one by one across the top of the page. When I've run out of room across the top, I'm going to start again at the left side of the paper, but I'm going to leave room underneath each of the items we already wrote so I can list some oils under those challenges that we've already written across the top of the page. Write every health challenge down that they mention. When they can't think of any others, you'll start helping her figure out a list of which oils would be supportive for that health challenge. Do one of the health challenges at a time, but have her help you. Get out an essential oils book, have her look up one of the items while you're filling in some of the others. Make sure you list every single oil and product you would use if it was you. There are several very important reasons for that, which I won't explain in Fast Track. You'll learn the details later. When you're all done listing the oils, creating the recipe for each of her health challenges, let her know, okay, so here's your price list. What I want you to do is go through the price list and figure out the price for each of these sections separately, so that by the time she's done, we'll know how much it will cost for all those oils under each health challenge. So she'll have a total for each health challenge. And when you're done, then let me know and I'll come back over. I'm gonna go help some other people while you're figuring that out. When you come back to Sarah, say, okay, what do we have? Then be looking at it and you be silent. Let them tell you what they think, introduce what they've done. They're usually gonna do one of two things. They're either gonna say, ooh, I'm excited, I wanna get these oils. And you'll be surprised how many times that happens. Do not get a look of shock on your face and say, oh, really? You wanna get all these oils? Just let them choose. It is their choice. Or the second thing you'll hear is they'll say something about money. You'll hear something like this. Well, I'd love to get all these oils, but there's no way I can do that. If they say anything like that, you are going to help them feel comfortable. Say, yeah, that's what usually happens, and there are a couple of different things we can do. You could either start with one or two of these health challenges, and you can get those oils, or we could just pick one or two of the oils for each of these health challenges, and that way you can start working a little bit on all of them. Then we can set up that LRP we talked about, that loyalty rewards program. We can set that up so that each month you can add a little bit more oils that you're wanting. And then pretty soon you'll have everything that you're wanting to get. Then you be silent again and just let them look at it, think about it, and let them decide. And they'll tell you exactly what they want to do. Don't forget to ask them for referrals. Realize they're feeling hope that they have something that might finally create solutions for them. And ask them if they have people they would like to help with the oils. Most of the time, they've already been thinking of people that they care about. And they're thinking, wow, are there oils for this or that? Okay, action item. Download the script from my website, teresaharding.com, in the resources tab. And I've got that listed for you below. And the download doesn't have any of this extra stuff I talked about in the video. It's just the wording for the clothes. I want you to practice it out loud. How many times? You guys know, 2 to 4 times. You guys, good luck in your class. And thanks you guys so much for watching. I really love connecting with you here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think this training will help somebody, pass it on. And you guys, I also love getting your feedback. So make sure you let me hear how things go with your clothes. Let me know the things you learned. Just add it to the comments below. Also, my other videos will be to the side if you want to check them out. If you want to know when my videos come out, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also notify everybody on my Instagram and Facebook, so you can follow me there too. And on my social media, I'm always giving away free stuff, so join me there. If you're checking this out because someone is sharing doTERRA as a business opportunity with you, jump in. You will love it, and they will make sure to help you. If you happened upon this video on your own and you're interested in trying the oils or doing the business, I would love to work with you. Just click on the link below, order your oils. That will pop up for me and I'll contact you right away. And before you go, I want you to remember, this is a new day. You'll have new thoughts, new ideas. Every day is an opportunity to start all over again. The trick is to never stop starting. Now, go work on your dreams today. Bye-bye.